Have you guys ever had, like, just the best buy you've ever had in your entire life? What's up, guys? It's a new day here in the shop. Kind of got a little different project here that I got going on. My buddy, long family friend, starting to sell his stuff. He's getting a little bit older. Wanted to get rid of a welder that he had in his shop.
Are you kidding me?
Asked me if I wanted to buy this welder.
No.
It's a stick welder. And, I already got a nice wire welder, and I don't really stick weld too much. But I asked him how much, and he says about $500. And I went, huh? All right, well, I'll take it.
Damn you!
Can't even beat you up for that. So this is what it is. It's a Lincoln Shield Arc Welder, 200 amp SA200. That's almost like talking Chinese to me.
And it don't that gum that come down.
So I've been doing some studying on this welder. The motor is a F162. So he got it at an auction off of a Ford tractor company that was sold locally around here. And it was basically their service trailer at one time. He bought it from them. Apparently the motor's been rebuilt. Everything's been gone through. Has about 10 hours on the motor. So this is what the front of it looks like. Has a serial number down here, and I'm sure this is an aftermarket ordeal there. I know the high idle switch is off on it, so they ended up wiring this in. You kick that up and it's high idle. It's got the same carburetor as what an 8N Ford tractor has on it. All right, brown dog. You want to see too? Yes, I know. But everything pointing off into this is saying it really was rebuilt.
Yes!
So I ended up cleaning the carburetor, taking all the old gas out, putting new gas in, getting all that system clean, and I went over there and flipped the toggle switch.
Slingshot engaged.
Thinking that, I ain't gonna start right now. I'll just crank it over, kind of get some oil pressure in it. And it fired right up.
Yes!
He hasn't ran it in probably 8 years. That auction was 20 years ago. So I thought, what the hell, let's try to weld with it. And I'm not a good welder. By no means, especially stick. And that thing made me look like a professional.
No!
This thing runs like a champ.
Come on, you gotta be kidding me!
You cannot even complain about that. That thing hasn't been fired up in about a week. Got the high idle. So that's what I'm saying. Pretty damn good welder. So. Don't. I just thought we had some camera fever going on there, and it all of a sudden just died on me. But no, I just forgot to turn on the gas.
Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Idiot!
Kind of helps to turn the gas on. Yeah. Anyways, it's a pretty damn good welder in here. I'm going to have a hard time getting rid of it, so I might as well build something so I can use it. So the problem that I'm having with this thing is it's so damn big. It's like 1,600 pounds.
God damn, that's a big bitch.
Can't move it anywhere because that thing cannot sit in my shop. I got too many projects going on. I need to get the mistress done. I need to get old blue done. That thing cannot sit there. Got that hook for a chain to go with my skidster, wrap around my forks to lift it up. Well, with one guy doing that, that's kind of a pain in the ass. So what I want to do is, I had these bent up from a buddy of mine that owns a machine shop.
They're nice.
They're 5 by 3 by 7 foot long. I want to build some cross beams in here, and then take that welder, set it on top of this so I can slide my forks underneath it, and then maybe build a spot for where the leads come out, kind of mount it on this little spots here. And then I think what we'll do is probably end up mounting that on a trailer sometime so that if I need it at any time, which I don't know if I ever will.
Are you sure?
But it'll be mounted on a trailer and I can hook it up and go anywhere.
Okay.
Or I could use this and forklift it into the back of a truck.
Yes!
So it's amazing how long it's been since I've really shot some videos in my shop.
You're right.
Been kind of busy on YouTube doing shorts and work, and man, shop's looking pretty rough too. Probably need to do some cleaning on that. So, but anyways, so I think first thing we need to do is figure out a width on this. That is 21 to the outside of there. So I got 6 inches past over there.
Does that include
That's what she said?
So I think I want to be a little bit past here, just a little bit. So I have a little bumper guard from that point to there, 77. That'll put us right about in there. I didn't trust my eagle eye. Always go off your first instinct. No! You should never doubt your eye chronometer, like I just did.
Yes.
So I got it all set up in the bandsaw, 77 inches. Gotta replace the damn blade. Holy crap, was that dull.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So the width of this is 21 inches. So what I did is I took some 2x2 by quarter, cut 3 of those at 19. That welder's gonna sit on each side, and then the angle iron will go like this, kind of like they got there. So the next step we need to do is bevel all these and get them ready for welding. Alright, so what I did is I got some 6x5 pieces that I cut, 1/4 inch plate. I'm going to weld to the bottom side of these here so that when my forks are in there, I'll leave that bottom side open so that when there's some dirt on my forks or whatever, it'll just fall out the backside. Alright, got those all welded off, ground up, looking pretty good. Kind of getting the grip of what I'm doing now. Then when my forks go in here, it won't be able to tilt out. It's locked into that scenario. And then being open in here, whatever dirt's on my forks just falls out. I think that's gonna work pretty good. I think I'm gonna spray paint the bottom real quick, paint that all up tonight before I go in and take a shower, get all this off of me. Tomorrow is gonna be like,
Good morning, Vietnam!
and just like that, it's morning. So last night I went through and painted all this stuff on one can of paint. Ran out halfway through.
God damn it!
Sunday, so I gotta wait till that opens up and we get more paint on that. So I think the thing that we need to do today is we need to cut all those off. You see how somebody just cut that. So when we mount it on that thing, it's gonna be good to go. Got those all cleaned up. And when it's, 70 years old, who knows how many times that thing's been mounted on something. Brown dog's in here just hanging out. You just making sure everything's going right or what? Yeah? Just hanging out? So I think next step, we need to get that flipped over, set down on the concrete, pick this up, kind of set it in place and build new brackets. I think one of my buddies are going to come over and we're going to lift this up and kind of get it in position. So we cut these little guys to go kind of like that, and I'll weld all the way around them. I got 6 of them. Figured I'd put 3 of them in there. One back here, one right about where the welder's mount is, and one up here where the motor mount is. Got those all welded up on both sides. So I think next thing I'm going to do is build a stand coming off of this up so I can hang my leads off of it on each side. I don't know if you guys ever had a day like this where you just get pulled away 100 different ways and you finally get back and you want to work on it a little bit longer. Now it's getting to be dark on a Sunday. Had to go get a load of firewood dropped out at the place. Had to take the skid steer over, unload a frickin' chicken coop.
Come again?
Just came back from that. That was the guy that was helping me.
Never mind.
Well, by the end of the day, it's already getting dark on a Sunday. I wanted to have this done so we can move it. But as we all know, things go into things, and then all of a sudden you're back a week. So I don't know when I'm going to get back to working on this, because I guess the rest of the week I got to go to work. So obviously I ain't going to work on this tomorrow. It might be 3 or 4 days, and so it's going to be like this, guys. And see, just like that, it was a couple days later. We had some break in the work. Weather's supposed to turn to crap, and supposed to rain, and winds are supposed to be blowing about 45 miles an hour. And we're setting trusses. Well, I didn't want to set some trusses and have it blowing 45 miles an hour.
Nope.
And I am pretty sure the weatherman lied. I mean, that's the only profession that you can lie at and get away with and still have a job.
Feels like 19 or feels like 70, I don't know.
Which is crazy to me because they're so far off that they're not even close to being on. But anyways, I've been sitting here looking at this welder and trying to figure out how I'm going to build these leads. Came up with a couple different solutions. Here's one of the solutions. I was going to put a 1.5 inch piece of black pipe, obviously not that high, but and then put a little roundy on top, then have a hook come out right here, and I think you could hang a lead on that side, and then do the same over here on this side. Have a connection that goes in between them to hang some extension cords or whatever you need. I just don't know if I really like that or not. I mean, pretty simple, probably works good. Thought about adding a little flair to it, maybe putting some dimple dies in there, and overthinking the process a little bit. Then I got to looking around my shop on what else I had to put in there, and nothing really worked for me. So then I walked over to the chain bin, and I thought, well, maybe if I just weld some chains together, make a loop out of those and get them upright, that'd look kind of cool. Make some hooks out of some chains. So what I did, if you guys ever weld any chain together, this works about the best. Get a couple pieces of angle iron, clamp them together in a couple spots, and you can just see how straight that chain is. Then you go through and weld these little pieces in all the way, probably both sides all the way around. I mean, it's a lot of welding, a lot of tack welding, and a lot of pain in the ass parts, but it does look pretty cool when it's done. I think it would look better than what that would. So that should work, and it should look kind of neat. I don't want to reinvent the wheel or anything on this, because at the end of the day, if it's functional, it works good. But just to give it a little flair.
You got me feeling like a firebolt high in the sky, looking like a thunderstorm, boy. Here we go, go. You're easy to remember, so hard to forget. Baby, it's a coward way you strut. Well, how could I not worship every inch your feet have touched? Baby, run away with me. You kill it lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe. There's only
One eternity later.
Alright, got it all tacked in. Hey, you expecting my work again, brown dog? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Jeez. Okay. You gotta get out of my way. You really make it hard to do anything around here, you know it? Yeah, you do. Yeah. Alright. Get out of it. Get. Just get. So, what we got going on, I just kind of tacked it here in the front and the back of that. Left this one loose. What I plan on doing is setting that in there and then welding around that as well, just to, like a gusset, I guess you'd call it. I got these 2x, and that makes it pretty much all in line. Did the same thing on this side. Now what I need to do, I got this draping in here. I think I need to find the happy spot and put some tacks in that. Then it'll keep it from doing this. And then I think I'm gonna run a chain gusset from there on a diagonal down into here. And that'll keep it from going back and forth. And then I'll make some hooks that come out here, swing in on each side for the leads out of chain as well. I don't even know where to start on this, trying to Just lightly tack it in a couple spots. You know that thing's gonna deflect like crazy.
All you gotta do is just tap it in. Just tap it in.
If anybody knows about deflection on welding, yeah, that's probably gonna do it the whole way across that thing.
It's not crazy talk.
I think if we get right here first, get where we need to be there. Let's put a tack there. I think if we get this where we need it. So now if I just kind of tack down that every so often, I think that should work pretty good. I don't know. We'll see. So now I think what I want to do is, I think I want to tack back this way again so that don't keep pulling too far that way.
Six and a half hours later.
Well, I'll leave it. The GoPro shuts off just about the time I'm talking about putting this on. So what I did is I ended up doing a link down here, diagonaled it all the way up to the top up here, made that link. Ow, that is still hot.
You have no regrets?
Dad?
No? Like not even a single letter?
Instant regret. And I tacked all those going down. So what that's gonna do, it's gonna make it gusset. Keeps it from going this way. I think I'm going to run another one kind of diagonaled up into here. So I think that should work pretty good. I'm going to kind of tack everything in place, weld it as much as possible while it's sitting in here. Then probably grind off those tacks and then weld the whole thing. I think it's probably going to be the best bet up on the bench. So yeah, let's just keep on attacking. It is 5 to 5. The storm finally hit. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be raining in about 15 minutes. But the theory of the story is, those guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. They said it was supposed to start raining at like 8 o'clock this morning, 80% chance, 45 to 50 mile an hour windstorm.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Lie to you? I'll put 70 every day next time.
Sometimes Mother Nature just says you got to take a day off. But anyways, this is what I came up with. Got the hooks here, you know, so you can put a lead in here, a lead in here. Got a brace going across the top. Got kind of a diagonal going here, diagonal here, tying back in here, diagonal coming up from down here into this. And I mean, if I was driving down some dirt road all the time, this would probably not work. It'd probably break or vibrate loose or something. You know, they make these nice spool rolls and all that stuff. If I was building a welding truck, that would not work. I think the next step is to final weld all that stuff. I'm going to try to weld as much as possible while it's still on the machine. And then I'll cut those tacks down there at the bottom at the end, just so nothing moves. Because there's a lot of movement in all those chains. When you weld those chains, that thing just moves around all over the place. So.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
This is why I took it back off. So I can weld all these little pieces here, get final welds on all those, get the rest of my fitments. Just kind of go through and make sure everything's got full welds all the way on it so it don't break. Let me tell you, that is a lot of tacking, just little 1-inchers.
That's what she said.
With a little YouTube magic, is ready for paint. That was a lot of grinding. That was probably 4 hours of cleaning, getting all the little BBs off of it. Did the backside as well. That was a big pain in the ass, but I got it. So I think next thing I need to do is throw it up on my lift here, which is / paint booth. That's what it looks like after doing the paint. Turned out looking pretty good. Got 2 coats on it. So I sat around and looked at it last night and I thought, what the hell? The video's already getting long, so I might as well just finish up the last little pieces of what I need to do here. Nobody wants to watch me paint.
Damn right!
Then you can see final result. You got these gauges, retrofit style. Heat gauge, oil pressure gauge, amp gauge. Kind of want to put them kind of in here. I need to cut all those holes before it gets painted. Also, I don't think these doors are the original doors. I think somebody just made them and mocked them up and bent them. This is the flap for check the oil.
Hey, how you doing?
On this side over here, I wanted to put a little flap here with the same thing.
No.
Put one down around on this side to turn on and off the gas. I got this hinge right here. I'll shrink it down the size to make a flap for that. I got some 16 gauge steel over there that I can make a door with. Then I got these retro fit decals with 3M sticker on the back that could go on the side. So that's my problem. There isn't too much left and I could blow out a bunch of this stuff real quick. And instead of making 2 videos out of it, let's just make one. But then my buddy calls me and says, hey, I need a little skidster action. I'll buy you a case of beer. That doesn't really pay the bills on the skidster, but it is a case of beer. And you know, we're all sluts for cases of beer. Yep. And this is what you get when you have a plumber that lives down the street from you and he couldn't run a shovel. What's up with that? It's a good thing I like that guy. But I'll do it for a case of beer. Alright, where were we? I think we were drilling holes for those gauges. Well, that went way better than I thought it was gonna. So I got room for 2 more gauges in there. I think after that... Hi, brown dog. Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah. Just checking out, see what we're doing in here? Yeah. Alright. Alright, got the paint booth all set up.
Are you kidding me right now?
Sanded them all down. Shot a coat of primer on everything that was pretty much just raw steel.
Are you sure?
So I'm getting ready to mix all that paint for that. What I do is I take 2 hose clamps on a Sawzall blade.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Pretty much send it to the moon if you want to. But man, I'll tell you what, that shapes your paint like crazy. It's such a better job than doing it by hand. Pretty much works every time. Yes! Now this is the hardest part. Just the thin coat on there for the first coat, then you gotta wait 30 minutes before you put another coat on.
No, 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 no!
Alright guys, it's about 2 weeks later. Took a while to do some painting. Let's take that skidster, see if those fork pockets work. Let's load it up in the Betty White.
.750 double pumper, Edelbrock intake, scored over 30, 11-to-1 pop-up pistons, turbojet, 390 horsepower. We're talking some fucking muscle.
She runs good. Oh yeah, she's fitting right on in, just like I wanted it to. Bumper guard, perfect. Oh yeah, she's a heavy one. So, how much you think she's gonna squat going into there? I feel like it's gonna be a bit. I feel like Betty White is probably met her match when I put this in there. Pretty sure. Probably gonna go down about 6 inches, maybe more. Oh, maybe more. That was a bit. She's sagging. But it worked. Guys, I can't be more excited about how that worked into there. I mean, that's what I was going for. She took it like a champ. If you guys don't know, this is my 1979 F250 Super Cab, 8-foot bed, 4-wheel drive. Pretty easy to get the leads out. Pretty handy right there compared to what it was. Not guaranteeing the temperature is going to be right on this weld. Almost a guarantee. There you go, guys. You can pick my weld apart all you want, because I am not a stick welder, but I can make two pieces of metal stick together. Is it gonna pass a pipeline test? Hell no. But for a 1958 Lincoln welder, I'd say that did pretty damn good. Alright guys, that's probably gonna do it for this video. Kind of a long one, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, do all the ding dong things that YouTube wants you to do. And don't forget, if you don't start a project, you damn sure can't finish a project. So get off your ass, go start that project. Maybe it'll be gratifying. I got mine done. Took me about a month, but I got her done. We'll be seeing you next time.